Well, yes, so winding down on the year, and this is the way the year has gone by on D Street. Let's start by talking about the indexes first. Nifty, a solid 10% uptick coming in, 9.8 to be precise. Nifty mid-cap has also closed with very nominal gain of 4% for this calendar year. On the flip side, Nifty small cap, the only index under deep pressure, a 9% cut coming in for calendar year 2025. Now comparing Nifty's move with other asset classes, Nifty has grown about 10%, but take a look at silver, the kind of run-up that we've seen. It's been a shining year for silver this time around, a 102% uptick. Half of that almost is gold at a 60% run-up, and Bitcoin. In fact, cryptocurrencies, most of them have seen a negative rate of return, and Bitcoin has been the loser over there, a 2% cut on Bitcoin. Let's now shift focus and talk about index-specific gainers and losers. Let's talk about Nifty gainers. Biggest gainers, Bajaj Finance, Maruti Suzuki, Eicher, SBI Life and Shriram Finance, seeing gains between 44 and 51%. On the flip side, let's talk about the top Nifty losers of the year gone by. Trent, Tata Motors PV, TCS, Infosys and Power Grid, seeing cuts between 14 and 43% lower on a year-on-year basis in their stock price move. So yes, these are some of the top laggards. Moving to the mid-cap space, top gainers over there include L&T Finance, of 121% uptick, very solid for something like an LTF, followed by 101% uptick in AB Capital, so a doubler over there as well. 77% higher for Muthoot Finance, AU Small Finance Bank and VSC also giving very attractive returns. On the flip side, the biggest mid-cap losers at Ireda, Kalyan Jewellers, OFSS, Premier Energies and Oberoi Realty. So largely from all, it's a mixed bag of losers coming in from different sectors as well. Shifting focus to the small cap space, Navin Fluorine, Laurus Labs, MCX, Narayana and Hindustan Copper are some of the top gainers with gains between 47 and 70%. On the flip side, the top losers from the small cap space include Ola Electric, a 60% cut, as is the case with Tejas Networks, sharp cuts on Brainbees Solution, which is FirstCry, Newgen Software and Whirlpool of India, all of them seeing major cuts. Sectorally then, it was the year of the Nifty PSU banks, a 25% uptick coming in, followed by 21% in auto, metal, banks were also not too far away. On the flip side, the year is the sectors that are going to be ending in the red for the year gone by: Nifty Energy, Pharma, FMCG, IT, and the top loser this year is Nifty Realty, an 18% cut on that index on a year-on-year basis. Let's take a look at some of the top gainers on the PSU banks front. Indian Bank, Canara Bank, Bank of India, Union Bank and SBI have done well. And on the flip side, let's take a look at the losing stocks from the top loser, that's Nifty Realty pack. Anantraj is down 41% on a year-on-year basis, followed by Brigade, Oberoi, Godrej Properties as well as Lodha Developers. Moving away from equities, let's talk about what the FII and DI activity has been for the year gone by. FIIs continue to be net sellers, 2.83 lakh crore worth of selling, but the DI is more than made up for it by manifolds rather. 7.3 lakh crore of buying is what we've seen from DIIs this year. Lastly, let's talk about the rupee, the biggest talking point right now in the free fall that the rupee has recently seen. Rupee has been a mass underperformer this time around. The Russian ruble has done very well, a 48% growth on a year-on-year basis, followed by the currencies of Brazil, South Africa, Malaysia, Thailand, Taiwan, Philippines, and in fact, Philippines, Indonesia are on the negative front, and then you have the Indian rupee seeing a 5% cut on a year-on-year basis. So that's the way this year has ended up. Some commodities and equities have done very well. On the flip side, there has been immense pressure on the other end of the market from across indices. So that is the wrap on 2025.